Hey, it's your girl Bianca Bonnie from Love and Hip Hop New York. You already know I'm rocking with Real Fans, Real Talk.
RealFansRealTalk.com, where Arthur Diamonds, Trip Young, and intern Tom for the white and black fans. Asia to Manhattan, I get all my facts from my bro Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And
What's going on? Welcome back to another special edition of Real Fans Real Talk. This way I gotta subscribe to that YouTube channel because we give y'all certain exclusives that you just not gonna get everywhere else. So you gotta subscribe to that channel, youtube.com/For the Fans Productions, especially for times like this. So y'all don't know, but Real Fans Real Talk, we like to extend our arms. And we got family all over the world, but today we just wanted to bring Cali to the East Coast for y'all a little bit, the Bay Area. Yeah. Shout out to the big homie Short Dog too. The Bay Area is in the building. I'm back with Emerald. I'm back with H2O, but we got 10milimili. What's up, man? How we doing?
Hey man, just living life after life.
First of all, how's New York treating you right now?
Oh, New York treat me good. I mean, I love the East Coast, man. I love to conquer big cities. So this is a city I don't think I could conquer. So it's always just understanding.
You gotta keep
trying
coming.
to understand.
That's
Exactly.
Absolutely. You gotta keep coming back.
Sure.
And working, and you got the music popping right now.
Music lit right now. Just dropped my single "Deserve"
on
9/11. So I'm just pushing that right now.
All right.
What type of record is that? Like for people that will...
Well, it's hip hop, but I categorize it as trap blues.
Okay.
That's different. That's different.
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I see you. Yeah, I like that.
Looking like a star. Everyone, look at this bling. We need a bling camera because he's stunting right now.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, look. This is Bay Area Fashion Week in New York.
Right.
So I was going. You know what? I might have to go. Yo, crew, could y'all bring my chains out from the back now? Cause I need my jewels or something. Y'all got to get my shines or something, man. Y'all playing games. Who got my chain? I got the big. The big Stop Tripping chain is in the back. I'll put that on later. I'll put it up on the gram for y'all to see later. But nah, man, listen, we definitely appreciate having you out. But tell us more about your music and the type of music that you make, because that's something I've never heard that before. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so my music right now is more so focused on my situation. I had life in prison. I went to prison for something I didn't do. Did 7 years, and I seen all the signs that the police set me up. So then I ended up coming back. I won my second trial after I got back, and then I sued them, and I won $10 million.
That's crazy.
So
there goes the name. 10
million.
That's what. Okay.
But originally I was already Million. That was already my stage name as an artist in general. So after that happened, it was like it just meant for it to be 10milimili. And now everybody was already calling me Millie. Now they like, oh, you 10milimili now. Oh, okay, let me run with that one.
That's
hell yeah. So
that's a crazy story.
That was a question I was gonna ask. How did you get your name 10milimili, and what's one of the artists that you like maybe looked up to growing up and everything, especially being in the Bay Area? Like I know they have like Keith, Sneed, and all of them.
Yeah, I mean, initially growing up at all big box artists, because my daddy and them, they didn't let me listen to like Too Short and E40 like that.
You ain't sneaking listening to a little Too Short?
Of course, I was sneaking it. You know what I mean? But I ain't got too many. I didn't have too many outlets to go and sneak it to. We had radios. You know what I mean? Different little shit like that or whatever. But Tupac Shakur, of course. You know what I mean? R.P. Pac, but he just, he had an effect on me within, the passion that he put into the music, and my label is Bipolar Music Group, and he was very bipolar within the way that he, expressed himself. One day he might be talking about, Brenda had a baby. Next day he talking about how he, you know what I mean, and it just, you feel me, it just pocket
I love your mama and all types of shit. Today's anniversary of his death.
I know today's anniversary.
Rest in peace, Pac, man.
Rest in peace, Pac, for sure.
Yeah, wow.
So have you been, is this one of your first times in New York, or you frequently come?
No, I used to live out here.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived out here before I went to prison. I lived out here for a year and a half. I was on I Love New York. I mean, so that brought me out here. Well, it wasn't shot out here, but just me being an artist, just trying to market myself the best way. Feel me? I came out here and just start clicking with people. I was over in the Bronx and stuff like that.
Well, you got to go back and tell us about this I Love New York stuff.
Yeah,
you got to go back and tell us. We need to hear this story. How did that whole thing come about?
So, So I used to watch the show. I was a fan of the show. At the end of the day, it was entertaining and shit. And, you know, I thought, I'm like, man, I'll get that bitch, man. You know what I mean? On some player shit. But it wasn't about getting her necessarily. It was about making it seem like, because, you know, you don't get too many opportunities coming from where I come from. For real. You know, y'all might see San Francisco as, you know, big, bright lights, you know what I mean? Business, high rent, you know, white people at the end of the day. Yeah. But then there's really projects inside San Francisco. So, you know, coming out of San Francisco, it's hard for you to, you know, as a rapper, to talk about the gangster shit that's actually going on, because motherfuckers in New York, you know what I mean, be like, you from San Francisco, get up out of here. You know what I mean? So then, so it's kind of tough just coming out in general, but
well, once you put out something that they can't deny, that's one thing. It's rough to be accepted by New York.
I'm gonna speak about the Bay Area, you know what I mean, because it's a little different than LA. You know, LA is big box. Bay Area ain't big box when it comes down to hip hop, right? But now hip hop is embedded in the Bay Area. That's why you'll hear Drake always mention the Bay Area, always mention Mac Dre, stuff like that, because what he's doing is feeding to that fan base, because he's getting a lot of that, you know what I mean, out there. And when I say blackball, I say that because haven't nobody really came and reached and pulled nobody up at the end of the day. You know, I know an artist by the name of Simba, the hardest coming out the Bay Area right now. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody gave him that platform to actually get that notoriety. Like I said, the support is there. You know, we got our radio stations, we got our you know, our promoters, our clubs, I mean, stuff like that. I think more so the mind of the artist needs to elevate and expand the way that we make music, you know, and hustle. You know, we are independent region, you know, that was birthed on it. I mean, selling CDs out the back, you know, 40 short, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But it's coming to a time where it's like, if you depend on somebody else to run your narrative, then you're gonna be sitting on your hands. You got to get out there and run yourself as a business at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Are you performing while you're in New York?
No, nothing booked, no performances, just no radio stations, stuff, Shape 45, you know, Sway, Static Select, stuff like that.
Okay,
nice.
So let me ask you, with your history of what you've gone through, how do you feel about like Meek Mill right now? Because his whole narrative with what he's experienced as a rapper in the justice system, you probably feel, you know,
absolutely
respect that.
Well, when Meek Mills came home, I talked to Meek on the phone and everything. I mean, you know, some of my lawyers, you know, had ends on with his lawyers or whatever. And I mean, they went to the Innocent Project, a little luncheon out here. You know, I talked to him in hopes that we could make that type of connection. Because as much as he, you know, like I tell people, Meek Mill's on drugs when it comes down to what they did to him. But imagine what they did to me. You know what I mean? But on top of me being able to have actually sued them and actually win. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to criminal reform and social injustice, it's almost like, you know, where I'm almost in a position to be the face of that, right?
Absolutely.
And people tell me, like, oh, that's what you're supposed to be pushing. That's what you're supposed to be pushing. I said, man, if I push that, then I'll be more of a victim than anything. You know what I mean? But I don't look at myself as a victim. I'm a star in my own right, just in general. That's how I always felt. So in order for me to trickle down information about social injustice and bring awareness to a lot of these things, I gotta have my platform all the way up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Facts. That's what's up.
Definitely. Now I do want to talk a little bit of sports.
Absolutely.
Because you are from the Bay Area. You brought up the 49ers.
That Warrior chain on too.
So I mean, we got to talk.
I picked that.
We got to talk a little bit about Cap.
Yeah, of course.
What as far as the tempo of the people in the area, what's their feelings on Kaepernick kneeling and everything that started pretty much with the 49ers?
Yeah, well, Bay Area, we support Cap all the way. You know what I mean? Always have. You know, he took the Niners, you know, from us being 3-13 to 13-3, all types of, you know, fly, you know, happened with him. And, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, the way that he protests, he used his platform, you know, and kind of got blackballed out of it, you know what I mean? And that just says, you could be this superstar all you want, you know what I mean? But there's somebody else in the background that could pull your cord. at the end of the day and cut your whole play off. And that's exactly what they did, you know, did with Cap. And, you know, he's working it the right way. You know, I work with this nonprofit organization called United Players. He donated $10,000 to it. Curry donated $10,000. Jalen Brown donated $10,000 also. And, you know, we support for sure.
You think he'll ever be back in the NFL?
So my prediction is probably next year somebody gonna be like, hey, come and try out, whatever, and he's gonna say no.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think at this point that he's trying to play in the NFL.
He's bigger than that right now.
Yeah, and what he's doing, you know, as far as social injustice goes, I think it's more important for him to not play football right now. I think he needs to continue and doing everything that he's been doing. So you still support the 49ers though, or do you feel like
I got my 49 tattoo right here on my arm right here. I'm all the way chimed in for sure. But imagine this though, I'm about to bring Kaepernick into hip hop. I got a Kaepernick verse.
Then
that's only right. That's
Who got a Kaepernick verse?
Well, I think Big Sean had a line in the Madden soundtrack with the
Kaepernick rapping.
Oh, Kaepernick rapping on the
Kaepernick verse.
Oh, so then, all right. Well, you know what? You're going to have to bring that here first.
Oh, you got it already.
I got it already. I'm holding it in my pocket.
The white, see what I'm saying? You right now while you on Real Fish Talk, we should have been hearing that right now. We bring that out to
man,
the
you
world.
know, there's marketing and planning into all of
All
that.
right.
That's bigger than me.
Well, when it's ready, bring it back to us then.
Definitely will.
All right, we appreciate that. But you did bring a joint with us. We're gonna rock out with the video really quick. But one last question, because I know a huge battle rap fan. I know you just did something with Serious Jones.
Yes.
Who I actually think is one of the battle rappers that can make good music. But just tell us how that whole thing came about.
Oh man, Serious Jones, man. I initially met him when I back in the day. I did Rap City. When I moved out here, and I was the add-on, and I just rapped some player shit, so I didn't make it. But then, so I refreshed that to him. But Mr. Fab actually just gave me the introduction all the way the other day, and we hit it off real smooth. You know, I always looked at Serious Jones as a legend. You know, when it come down to battle rap and really integrated into hip hop. Period. And he should have had a platform that somebody should have pulled him up and constructed his stardom. Absolutely. You know, for him to be a big box name. You know what I mean? As bigger than what he is now. Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, we just got in the studio, man. Laid this little track down, man. It was definitely fire. It's coming.
All right, man. Well, really quick before we get out of here, just let the people know where they can get you, all your social media, you know, whatever you want to do, let them know.
Hey, look, y'all could find me on all platforms at 10 milli, no spaces, all together. Bipolar Music Group, that's my label, at Bipolar Music Group on YouTube, on all social media platforms, but at 10milimili, and follow my website at 10milimili.com.
All right, there you have it. We're going to jump into that video right now. Yeah. 10 Milli, we definitely appreciate you stopping by. It's a long way from the Bay Area.
Man, I appreciate you having me.
Welcome to New York.
Yes.
Come on now. Hello.
You here, man. Welcome. We got to turn up tonight, man. We in the city.
Sounds good, man.
So with that being said, though, for myself, Trip Young, Emma Marie, H2O, Haron, Hargrave, and my main man, 10 Milli, all the way from the Bay Area. Let's check this video, man. We up out of here.
That is so funny.
Let's do it.
One of the key witnesses for the prosecution in the Kate Steinle murder case is being sued in another case where the man was wrongfully convicted.
311-15. Gang of money. I really deserve it though. It's Priest World, not mine. What did I do to deserve this? I was out trapping early, chasing that chicken like Birdie. I am like Rocky, I got my diamonds up. But what did I do to deserve this? Life after life I was buried. They killed me and gave me that verdict. I kept it solid. All you questioners, I let it go when it was funky. I got the body. everybody always wanted. Held down the block with the home team. It's not even question, I am a legend. Mama was off of that girly. She called me and said it was over. I kept the monkey, that was 10 years ago. There shouldn't even be a question of what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Living life like it's perfect, but what did I do to deserve this? Yeah, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? I guess I'm deserving. Guess I'm deserving, but what did I do to deserve this? Gang of money I was earning, living life with a purpose. I know it's making niggas nervous now, but what did I do to deserve this? Sent in with hurting, up in that county deserted, no commissary. I know the feeling of barrel to the face nervous. Almost could've been curtain call, guess I'm here for a purpose. Could've been on a shirt or something, but what did I do to deserve this? Cuban on my neck splurging, classy nigga that's urban. Guess that's why niggas lurking still, but what did I do to deserve this? Foreign whip that I purchased, Gucci'd up for my merchant. You see a nigga doing hella good, but what did I do to deserve this? Second chance on this journey, party weekend as Bernie's, with bitches under their 30s, yeah. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Living life like it's perfect, but what did I do to deserve this? Yeah, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? I guess I'm deserving. I guess I'm deserving. What did I do to deserve this? Do to deserve this, yeah. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this, yeah? What did I do to deserve this? Do to deserve this, yeah. What did I do to deserve this? I guess I'm deserving. It's real. What they thought? What they thought? I don't know. They wasn't thinking. They wasn't thinking. They wasn't doing too much thinking. I knew they named me Million for something.
Man, off the top, man.
Real fans, realtalk.com. Where Arthur Diamonds, Trip Young, and intern Tom. For the white and black fans, Asia to Manhattan. I get all my facts from my bro Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And if your brain checks out, then you deserve a backhand. Sports, gossip, all the hot topics. Real fans, realtalk.com got it. They got the hottest bloggers.
Is Jeremy Lin hurt?
Well, log onto the site and you can hear it from them first. I'm talking about the latest. I'm talking about the greatest. Go check out the archives. Even tell a neighbor. Tell him Bobby sent ya. From spring to winter, tuning in should be the only thing on your agenda. Certified cosign, you know what I'm about, son. Real fans, realtalk.com. I'm out one. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com.